guess who's live again after we were supposed to do it 1 hour ago? Yeah, um, it's basically my fault, but I'm not gonna take the blame. It's been a pretty bad day, obviously for the team below me here. Um, so yeah, obviously I'm here with Renk, and obviously uh, if you hear a guy who is sawing something behind Renk, I don't know who is doing it.
Yeah,
But
there's like the neighbors or something.
yeah, the neighbors are probably River fans and they know we are live. Not gonna lie. We have a pretty interesting recap, which it will be interesting because we had some games that are fire and one team that got exposed really badly, thank God, as being frauds as they always are. So let's begin. Are we there? Wait, hold on. Yes. So Defensa winning 2-1 at home. Obviously, it's a very strong result. So obviously, um, you predicted 2-1 win for Defensa. I predicted 2-0. So we got it right that Defensa went through to the next round. I'm gonna where the heck can I put that over? Yeah, it's probably yeah. I don't know where it's gone. For God's sake, man.
Yeah,
Oh,
you can
God.
do it later, don't worry.
Yeah. But I guess last time I checked, it was like 80 points to some of us. But I think it was a really good game. I would say Fernandez scoring the two goals that settled the basically the tie for defense to go through. Was it their best player, I believe? So yeah, um, hopefully defense wins this tournament, though, because I think they definitely have the quality to do it. Um, they're a good team, good home team. They're a decent away side, should I say. I think defense fully deserve to go through to the semi-final, which is crazy to think that they are. Um, think that they're not that huge club in Argentina. They're like middle range uh, to bottom uh, table of the biggest clubs in Argentina, but yeah, they are in a semi-final. To think about it, they could win a trophy, which is absolutely mental for being if you're a defensive fan. So I think they fully deserve it. Congrats to Defensa. Yeah, only Argentinian. I think there's two Argentinian clubs in the semi-final of these two competitions. So yeah, Defensa, congrats going through, kicking out the Brazilian team. That's very good. Because this tournament is all Brazil. It seems like. So what's your thoughts about Defensa going through? Very interesting.
Yeah, like you said, Defensa completely deserved to go through. They played a very smart game in the first leg in Rio de Janeiro, and then sealed out the tie at home, like we predicted, because Defensa are very good at home. And Ubita Fernandez with the two goals, obviously, their best goal scorer this season for sure. And yeah, it was a fantastic game. It was very back and forth. I feel like these two teams are very close in terms of like skill level. It was a very competitive tie. It was great to see from both sides. Like the first leg, both goalkeepers were amazing. It should have been a lot more goal scores. It should have been a more hefty scoreline, like 2-2, 3-3, but the goalkeepers were fantastic. And in the second leg, Defensa completely dominated. They got a bit of a scare at the end of the first half, but in the second half, they closed out the tie. They dominated possession, they controlled the game, and yeah, it was a fantastic performance. And yeah, Defensa once again in the semifinals, of course. They won the Sudamericana before in 2020, so they are a team that's used to this type of situations. It seems like this competition really suits them. And like you said, they are not a big team at all. They are more like a Independiente del Valle type of team. They are a bit like Brighton. I like to compare them. But it's fantastic what they are doing with their youth, with their academy, with their facilities, and with a lot of hard work. They made it again to a semi-final of Copa Sudamericana, and they have a real shot at winning the trophy again, which would be massive for them. So yeah, massive congratulations. They took out the team that is leading in the Brazilian league, which is not easy. It's very impressive, and yeah, congrats to them, obviously.
Yeah, it's kind of huge. So you talked about the Estudiantes Corinthians game because that was pretty interesting. I'm gonna give you the talk first for this one, and then I'll go first for the next one. So take your turn and cook the Brazilian team how much you want, but yeah, you could say pretty interesting this one as well.
Yeah, it's if you I'm still mad about this game. Like, if you had to show someone a game to tell them that football is unfair, you can probably show them the second leg, because Estudiantes fully deserve to advance this tie. Like in Brazil, the game was very close, and Corinthians got away with a 1-0 win. And even if you think that was deserved, like in the second leg, Estudiantes completely destroyed Corinthians, or at least they should have. Like in the first 40 seconds, they were already ahead after that goal from Mendes. And I thought, okay, Estudiantes is going to roll over Corinthians now. And they hit the post 4 times this game. 4 times. And they had hit the post as well in the first leg. So that was like 5 times they hit the high mats. That's like 5 times Estudiantes hit the woodwork this whole tie, and they just couldn't get past Corinthians. They had a lot of other clear chances that were saved by Corinthians goalkeeper Casio, who is completely fantastic, and I still have nightmares about him because he was so good against Boca as well. And yeah, it was just so unfortunate for Estudiantes. Corinthians look completely hopeless this game, but Estudiantes just couldn't get that second goal. Like I said, they could have won this game 3, 4, 5-0 easily, and they just couldn't score. And the game went to penalties, and Corinthians advanced. So I was so mad because I hate Corinthians. I don't like them at all. And Estudiantes, I don't mind them, but at least it's an Argentinian club. It would have been nice for them to advance. But yeah, super sad because they completely dominated. They deserved it, and it didn't come through in the end because, I mean, the woodwork was like player of the game for Corinthians this game. It was insane. Yeah, super sad, but I guess fair play to Corinthians for holding on somehow and advancing on penalties.
Yeah, I think Corinthians Estudiantes should have won this game in 90 minutes. I don't know how. I don't know how Estudiantes did not win this game. Like, how do you have like 30? How many? 30 shots, I believe, or something like that in 90 minutes, and you don't score another goal. It's crazy. Yeah, I'm just I'm updating on the scores for the predictions. 98-96 is the score, by the way. I'm just counting them while you were talking about it. So, yeah, I think that Estudiantes, they going this far is huge. See Mauro Mendes scoring. Rolheiser, Lolo, Oscar Sieber, who used to play for Stuttgart. They missed, and obviously Giuliano missed as well. but for Corinthians. This is it's a decent tournament for Estudiantes. I don't think they were excellent, but they were good in this tournament, and they fully deserve to go this far. Obviously, they couldn't have gone to the semi-final if they had a striker to score goals, but the next game, Fortaleza going through against the frauds, the big frauds on the planet. They really got exposed, American Minero, and they fully deserve to go out. I think. Okay. It's very easy for Fortaleza because they had the time when they won away. They were already through basically. But American Minero, they put up a fight. Anyways, Fortaleza might be a team to look out for in the semifinal. What's your thoughts on the two Brazilian teams?
The Copa do Brasil tie. I guess, like you said, Fortaleza finally exposed América Mineiro in the way that teams like Millonarios, Colo-Colo, and Bragantino couldn't before. Fortaleza showed that América Mineiro are actually a very limited team, that they are not good at all, that they are going to be going down to Serie B, most likely, at the end of the year. And Fortaleza overall the better team. They won both legs in a very convincing fashion, and they advanced to the semifinals. Very big for this team, who are not a big side in Brazil whatsoever. But it's great to see that they advanced this far into the competition. The neighbor is being really annoying. But anyway, super happy for Fortaleza. They deserved it, and they are going to be obviously in the semifinal. They are like 3 games away from an Intercontinental trophy, which would be amazing and would completely leave in the mud all those Fluminense fans. But we'll get to Fluminense later. Great win and very deserved for Fortaleza. And finally, América Mineiro are out. Finally, I don't have to watch this team again. I hope, at least.
Amnesty was in the first, but obviously, defense Corinthians. This is, by the way, the semifinals, which we will do our predictions in a few weeks or so. Probably in like 3 weeks. The 24th or something. Yes. Yes, he's still playing.
No, he's not. No, he's not playing.
Oh, okay.
No, because he got in a bit of trouble after he was demanded by his wife, and he was in talks with Prison FC, but now he's in Spain training. That's all I know so far.
Yeah, typical. Also, 2 players from Coco got a huge problem. That's why they did not play yesterday. We should have won that yesterday, but yes, it's sad, The next, honestly, the points is updated, so I got 99 points, by the way. So 98, 99.
I think we didn't do one game in Sudamericana.
Didn't? Or I think we did.
We never talked about Liga de Quito, Sao Paulo.
Oops. Oh, crap. Yeah. It's been a long day, but Jesus Christ. Yeah. I don't know why I forgot, but Liga de Quito going through on penalties. I don't know how they scored 5 penalties without missing one. It's pretty hard to score 5 straight penalties. Really hard. But I guess it's something with Liga de Quito and penalties, this competition. Because how many shootouts have they played?
Well, they played against Ñublense and this one, so 2.
Yeah, like they should have lost versus Ñublense. I think Sao Paulo did very well. I think Sao Paulo, obviously, they got their goal which they needed, but then they bottled their penalties. I think Liga de Quito should have made this game stop, because I think they should have scored early to just get this game off. Because they let Sao Paulo into the game. Like, that's not that you should do, especially in this second leg. Like, they were not that great. Sao Paulo, they had the ball most of the time and they pressured. But Quito is through to the semifinal, and that's good, because we might have a non-Brazilian team to win this competition. Finally. Well, what's your thoughts on Sao Paulo going through against Liga de Quito? No, Liga de Quito going through. Oh, crap, I'm tired.
Well, this was a very good tie. I really enjoyed it. I still remember the first leg that Quito should have won by many more goals. Like, the 2-1 scoreline does not make the game any favor. Quito were super dominant that game and should have won like 3-0 or something, but they couldn't score more in the second half, and then they allowed Lucas Mora to get one back for Sao Paulo. But then in the second leg, Sao Paulo obviously had the initiative being at home, but Liga de Quito were very good defensively, and they made the game very difficult for Sao Paulo in the midfield. Liga de Quito played a very intelligent game in the second leg, I think, and even though they allowed one goal, they had a few chances to probably win the tie. They couldn't convert them, but the game was overall very uncomfortable for Sao Paulo, who we didn't see that free-flowing attack from Sao Paulo that we had seen in previous rounds, especially when they play at home, because Quito didn't allow it. And then in the penalties, it was James Rodriguez, the one to sky his penalty and give Quito the chance to convert and qualify. So yeah, things not working out for James even after coming back to South America. And yeah, Liga de Quito go through. And that means we'll have a non-Brazilian team in the final, because obviously one of the semifinals is Quito against Defensa. So yeah, we'll have a Brazilian against a non-Brazilian team in the final, and that's something I'm happy about. Let's see who can make it.
I'm actually very happy that we could. So let's look a bit about the semifinal. Obviously, we're not going to predict them, because we're going to predict them in 3 weeks, the 24th of September or the 23rd. Not sure yet, but it will be one of those days. We have obviously Liga de Quito, who starts at home, which I'm not surprised by, because these two teams have started home and away in recent. So obviously we can look back at. I forgot to. Obviously we look back at defense. They started away versus Amalek, and then they ended at home. Same with Liga de Quito ended here at home. like here we have Quito start at home and away. So it's gonna be a very good semifinal. On one side, I think. Uh, I'm not sure, but you could send them still, or you can just send me a DM and I put yours up there. Yeah. Yeah, but you can send another one if I see it. So yeah, I think right now. Oh yes. Oh, for defense against Corinthians, that's we could do a final early prediction, like what we think right now. Obviously, it might change. From the Italian defense, right now, who I think will go to the final, I'm gonna say defense. And then from the other semi-final, I think it's gonna be Fortaleza right now. Yeah, but what's your thoughts about these semi-finals? Like, which one are you looking forward most to?
The one I'm looking forward is Liga de Quito against Defensa. The other seems like a very boring Copa do Brasil tie between Corinthians, who I hate and are like very pragmatic and got very lucky against Estudiantes as well, and Fortaleza, who are a decent team. I like how they play. They are free flowing and attacking, but they don't have the same quality as other Brazilian teams that are more entertaining to watch. So Liga de Quito versus Defensa is for sure the highlight for me. Quito play very intelligent, and Defensa, they have quality players. They play, like I said, like Independiente del Valle, like Brighton, like these sort of teams I really like. And yeah, they are an exciting team as well. So it's the non-Brazilian semi-final I'm most excited about.
Yeah. Ooh, I love Gorillas. Yeah, that's good.
Let's go, my boy. Boca Predio.
Hopefully, yeah. Hopefully, he destroys Barca in a few weeks. I would love if that happens. Jesus Christ, I would clown Barcelona. So, yeah, the semifinals obviously there. We have, obviously the Libertadores. We're gonna start from bottom to top this time because I want to say the best game to the last. Obviously, I'm not saying that Liga de Quito Sao Paulo was the best. I mean, there's one game of all those that we're gonna do is most fun. But let's start with Palmeiras. Also going through. Yeah, it was a pretty bore fest to be honest. Not really much to say. Palmeiras already through, no matter what. Even if they conceded 3 goals, I think they would have gone through anyways. Very strong team, which hopefully they lose in the next round. Let's see what happens though. Yeah, I think it was pretty boring. Yeah, not really much to talk about Palmeiras Deportivo Pereira, to be honest. It was expected. Yeah.
Yeah, but I still want to give like a round of applause for Deportivo Pereira, who were making their Copa Libertadores debut and made it all the way to the quarterfinals. And in Brazil, we thought we predicted that they would get thrashed like 4 or 3-0, and it would be like a 7-0 aggregate or something. But in Brazil, they put up a decent fight. They were never close to scoring, but at least they made the game competitive in the second leg. So, like, big up to Deportivo Pereira. It was a very good debut, very commendable what they did. They reached further than all the other Colombian teams who are so-called big teams. Deportivo Pereira made it through. So, yeah, congrats to them. And obviously, congrats to Palmeiras, who at the moment look like the best team in South America by a long shot.
By the way, this is a thing that I realized. Now Palmeiras has played against they're faced every single team from Group F. Like every team. They faced Copa in 2018, beat them. They beat Deportivo Pereira now. And then now they have Boca Juniors. So could they make it a triple? I'm not gonna say anything right now, but it might happen. I could see. Yeah, okay. To be fair, I could actually see the same result as 5 years ago. 2-0 home loss and then 2-0 away. Or we might win a bloody game at home. We're in perfect form before that absolute joke of a team came around and battered us. Jesus Christ. So the next game, obviously, we have Fluminense against Olympia. So Fluminense goes through. I told you about it. They are a very good side. They're a strong side. You look at this Fluminense team. You're thinking, oh, they're not the biggest team. They're not the best team in this competition, but they get the results done. They have Andre, who's a very good CDM. Kano, very good striker. I think Fluminense, they are a team to look out for obviously the team who's going to play them, Internacional. So I think Fluminense, they're basically in the final. Because I don't know. Do I see any if all these semi-final teams, who I see beating them? Palmeiras only, in my opinion. Then I see beating Fluminense at this time. So I really like Fluminense's team. They have quality players around the pitch. They don't have the most known players like Boca, Racing, Internacional, Palmeiras have. But they have players that you see, they can do well. They have quality. So, yeah, Matt, who's the biggest in order? Santos, Corinthians, Palmeiras, and Flamengo.
Okay.
Santos
Flamengo,
first. Santos, Flamengo, Corinthians, and Palmeiras.
Flamengo is the biggest in terms of their fans. They are the most popular team in Brazil, but in terms of achievements, I feel like they are the worst out of this bunch. My list would be Santos, Corinthians, Palmeiras, and Flamengo. If we are including the crowd, Flamengo would probably go up a bit. So anyway, the biggest club in Brazil is still Sao Paulo. That there's no debate around that.
And it's not American Mineiro, by the way.
Not
so Matt, what do you mean by like the biggest? Is it history, fan base, or what is it? Because based on these two, it might be different. But I just say my opinion, and people could say whatever. Yeah, I could even say Coca-Cola is bigger than Boca, but I don't really believe it. But I say it because I don't really want to be, negative. But that's why I really say Coca-Cola is bigger. But in my opinion, I don't think Coca-Cola is anywhere near Boca's level. So, yeah, hello to AD, by the way. You're going live today, I see. I think you're going live today, AD. I'm not sure. Oh, okay, the club then. The club then it's Santos, Corinthians, Palmeiras, Flamengo. Yeah. Big up Santos. They have gone great players.
The biggest.
That's a hard one because I think there are a lot of big teams. I think Boca Juniors definitely is top 4. I'm just saying, definitely top 4.
Definitely top 1, easy.
I'm not gonna be this delusional guy or something. I'm gonna be honest with my things. Like when I say Coca-Cola is bigger than Coca-Cola, then I mean it. Now I just said it as a joke because I know Coca-Cola is bigger, and I know it from my personal opinions. Boca is definitely top 4. Just saying it. I'm not gonna say anything else because I don't want to make Renk upset or something, or angry. But Boca Juniors is definitely top 4. Just saying. So, what's your thoughts about Olympia 1, Luminense 3 or 5-1 on aggregate, if you wanna elaborate.
Yeah, this was a fantastic tie by Fluminense. Yes, big true. Fluminense in the first leg completely dominated.
Boca River is bigger than Barca Real Madrid. Easy.
True. Fluminense in the first leg completely dominated Olympia, like we went over. They could only get 2 goals, but it was a full display of Choco Bonito. Palmeiras have the better team, but Fluminense probably played the better football in this competition. Cano is on complete fire, 3 goals this time, 9 goals across the whole Copa Libertadores. He's the top goal scorer of the competition. And yeah, he's 35, by the way. But he's fantastic. And yeah, Sao Paulo is bigger than Santos, yes. I don't care.
No.
Yeah.
Well, why?
Because every time they've gone to the Club World Cup, they won it. And they have a bigger fan base, more international trophies, more trophies overall.
Who has produced better players?
Santos.
Yes. Where obviously even Pele is bigger than Sao Paulo. Like
no player is bigger than a club.
Okay, Pele is bigger than football. He created football. So, and don't come here and say, oh my God, Pesci invented football. No, he didn't.
Anyway, getting back to Fluminense Olympia, I feel like Fluminense, fantastic game. They played in the second leg. Olympia gave a bit of a fight. It was a very close game until Olympia had a player sent off. Obviously, John Kennedy scoring, former U.S. president. Okay, no, but pretty weird name. But anyway, Fluminense, they closed out the tie after that with 2 goals from Cano, 2 late goals, and Olympia couldn't do nothing about it. And Fluminense playing their fantastic football, their display of Jogo Bonito are through to the semifinals, very deserved. And we'll have to see how they can do against Inter, who we are going to talk about next.
Yeah, by the way, Matt, answer this question, please. Okay, you answer. Okay.
Easily River Plate, easily, not even close.
Easy. So who is bigger, Barca or Boca? Answer that for me in the chat, Matt.
Barcelona.
No. Stop it.
Yes.
Did you know which Barca I meant?
Oh, well, if we're talking Barcelona of Ecuador, no, it's easy Boca then.
But Boca is bigger than the Barca from Spain. Easy. Bigger fan base, better players, obviously, because Boca has the best player in the world, Advíncula. But I'm joking. What? Okay. I don't know. Maybe. So let's go for Internacional winning 2-0 against Bolivar. Yeah, I was watching this game and Bolivar had no chance. I'm sorry to any Bolivian people. Okay. I think Ecuadorian Barca is absurd. No, they're not that good. The Everton from Chile is bigger, by the way. Just saying. I think Internacional played really, really well. Ener Valencia, the GOAT, scored their best ever Ecuadorian to play in the Premier League. I think Internacional is definitely a team to look out for, especially if you are playing against a team which has looked so good in Fluminense. I think it was a pretty bad performance by Bolivar these 2 games. They need some more quality. They need better players, in my opinion. They don't have that push to win the Libertadores, but they have played like Arangues, Jose Roche, the goalkeeper, and Valencia. They have very good players, but I don't know. I'm not still convinced by this international team at all. They have been carried by a 36-year-old Ecuadorian striker who he is very good, but he's getting older. You can't rely on players that old, like you see with football. Like there's a lot of teams that relies on very old players. Like Milan has relied on Zlatan for years, and Giroud and all this kind of stuff. But yeah, I think fully deserved international now playing the semi-final of the Libertadores, which I don't know the last time they were in the semi-final. Renk could probably say when it was, but yeah, yeah. I think it's very good performance. Also, like I don't think Bolivar was that bad in this 2 games. They just lack a finisher, and obviously they lost the game as soon as they lost at home. So congrats to Internacional. Big up to Bolivar. They won our hearts. Sadly, they could not play football, but now probably Boca has to say football. And, when you trust on these teams, they usually do it. So please, Boca, say football. Go to the Club World Cup and Big City and say football, please. Yeah, Rank, your thoughts about Internacional 2, Bolivar 0 or 3-0. Yeah.
I was not speaking. Anyway, Inter, yeah, completely deserved to advance, considering, I mean, the first leg, Bolivar completely dominated and they couldn't hit the target, and Internacional got away with a 1-0 win because of Ener Gaudencia and the only attack of the game they had. But in the second leg, they still made up for it because in the second leg in Brazil, they completely dominated Bolivar. Like you said, Bolivar never had a chance in Brazil. Ener Valencia closing out the game with 2 goals. Fantastic performance by him. Internacional is, at this point, is getting carried by both Valencia and Sergio Rochet in goal, who's been keeping them safe, keeping those clean sheets. He's already won the heart of the fans. Both him and Valencia have been their stellar signings this summer. So, yeah, for sure. Internacional, they don't look, like you said, as convincing as the other 2 Brazilian teams in this competition, but they have those quality players that can make a difference for you. They have that X factor, and I feel like they are still a very dangerous team to go up against. We'll see what they can do against Fluminense. It's going to be a very interesting tie, clash of styles, if you say. Fluminense Internacional have been struggling in the league so far, but in Libertadores, it doesn't seem to matter. They find their group and they find the way to get results. And Ener Valencia is just looking like one of the best strikers in the continent. He's so good. And yeah, we'll have to see what they do. Fully deserved for them.
Let's move on into the last game. The biggest clubs in the countries. Yeah, I think Boca Juniors obviously winning with the best goalkeeper Argentina has had in a couple of years, Romero. What was those penalties, by the way? Like, why can these players score penalties? Like, it's very boring that they finished 0-0. They wanted more goals, but Boca Juniors won. That's all that matters. So I think Boca played quite well. Obviously Romero having to save once again Boca Juniors. Boca Juniors as in this competition. He did it in the group stage. He did it the last round. Like, why does Romero has to save Boca? Why is it just Romero? Can the other players not? I'm sorry, Cavani, you're finished. You're finished. Why is this guy a footballer anymore? Like, he's finished.
Come on, Cavani is good, man. He doesn't have delivery.
I'm telling you,
He was dropping back to midfield this game. It was so bad. He wasn't even in the box.
How bad was he in this game? Like,
He is not bad. He's playing
I'm
well. He has
joking.
no delivery.
I'm joking. He's not finished, but why does he have to do that job? Like, can you just have midfielders that can run, get the ball, and just
No.
shuffle it? No. Yeah, Cavani comes clutch, but he did not really come clutch in this game, in my opinion. But yeah, if you don't have the server to you, what can you do? Adrian absolutely mediocre player sometimes, but he's very good. Uh, Obviously, it's a bloody disgrace that he had to go to penalties. Like, I think Boca should have won like in 90 minutes. Like, that's how good Boca is. But you maybe need Ronaldo and Messi. Like, please, for once in your life, don't go to penalties in the same final. Someone is get a heart attack, and we don't want that.
Me. This guy
Boca
is getting a
Juniors
heart
versus
attack.
Racing
It
Club
was
was.
very hard racing. It was. This guy almost gets a heart
Oh
attack.
yeah. They all played in the 2018 World Cup.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. This game was probably a bit local or boring, how you will say it, but I don't know. What's your thoughts on this nil draw and Boca Juniors going through penalties?
Yeah, this tie was very, very tight, very close. Like any encounter between two teams from the same countries usually are. There doesn't tend to be a lot of goals. It tends to be a more fought game than it is a played. There is more fighting and more scrapping than there is playing of football actually. And okay, what question even is that? Anyway, not gonna answer that. And you could say that the penalties were probably deserved because Boca deserved to win the first leg, and you could argue that Racing Club deserved to win the second leg. So I think penalties was kind of like what it should have been, even though probably if I had to pick one team of the two who was better over the 180 minutes, I say Boca was better. But I think it was a very close tie, so it went to penalties. Neither team could score. It was super sad to see. It must have been awful for a neutral fan, but for us who actually care about this game, it was very hard racing, like Mats was saying. And yeah, in the penalties, once again, Romero coming in clutch, saving those two huge penalties. Yes, I did. And Boca once again being successful with their penalty takers. And yeah, Boca advancing to the semifinal again. We hadn't been in a semifinal since 2020 after going out in the round of 16 in 2021 and 2022. It's very good to be back in the semifinals. And now there's only one team that can stand up to the Brazilian dominance. We have to make the rest of South America proud. We have to represent. And it starts with Palmeiras. It's going to be super hard. Maybe if it gets to penalties, we beat them. But we'll have to see. We'll keep faith until it's over, I guess. Very happy that we advanced, obviously. And yeah, Racing Club are a tiny ass club. We don't care about them.
Yeah, obviously these are two small teams. Nah, I'm joking. Who cares about Racing Club? I mean, yeah, biggest club is back, and we have the semifinals. Obviously, we have Boca against Palmeiras. That's a game I don't know if I will watch, but Jesus Christ. Why? You know what would have been better? If you have Colo on the other side. On the other side of the semifinal. So, Boca against Palmeiras and Colo versus Fluminense. That would have been slapped. That would have been good, to be honest. Like that imagine Boca Colo final. Oof. Oh, it would be a war. Oh, Jesus. Oh, for God's sake, I can't be asked, Matt. Please don't. Oh, Jesus wept. Oh, no. Why, Matt?
They
Why?
are much. They are.
Why? Why, Matt? Why? Jeez. So, was it Boca against Palmeiras? Do you think Palmeiras is the favorite?
I would say so. I feel like Palmeiras has, like I said, probably the best team in South America, and they
It's a
they
joke.
play probably the best football. And Boca still has a lot to prove because we need to figure out our goal scoring issues, and but we've been very defensively solid, and Romero is a security card that we have,
Yeah.
and so yeah, I don't discard our chances of advancing, but it's going to be very tough, especially because the second leg is in Brazil. I'm very scared about that, but we have to make the most out of the home game. That's basically it.
Yeah, win 5-0 and you're fine. You can be park the bus Mourinho ball at the second leg. So yeah, obviously, who's the favorites between the other game? Fluminense International.
I think the favorites should be Fluminense. They play the better football. They have the better team, the better players. But you can never discard the X factor in Internacional because they have a great goalkeeper in Rochet, and they have a great striker in Ener Valencia. So, and you know how Real Madrid won the Champions League in 2021-2022. They had a great goalkeeper in Courtois and they had a great striker in Benzema. That's all you need to win this type of competition. So Inter have the X factor. I expect Fluminense to be the favorites, but it's going to be a very interesting tie.
Imagine we have an International against um, International International against Boca final. That would be amazing. So yeah, so the predictions for the semifinals will be in a few weeks. But I'm sure we will do content with each other these next 3 weeks. Yeah, so obviously I can't wait until when is the final actually? What date?
The final is in the 4th of November.
Boo, that's a long time. So we have to wait a long time to see the
2 months
final.
from now.
So who knows? Hopefully Boca is in it. So yeah, Renk. What's been your favorite moment for this quarterfinals? Your favorite game?
For Copa Libertadores, my favorite game of the semifinals probably was tough to say. There are a lot of good ones. I think I liked Fluminense Olympia, the second leg. That was entertaining.
Yeah. So yeah, that's been it for this recap for the second legs. Obviously, go back to check the other recaps we have done on these competitions. Obviously, we will be doing the same thing next year in 2024. In 2024 with new teams, hopefully, in the competitions, and hopefully better teams to do something in the competitions for the Chilean clubs. I'm also thinking about Colo. Yeah, so see you guys later. Matt, see you later.
Sui.
Let's see what happens in a few hours. I don't know if Matt, AD, Rank, me will do a voice or a VC later today. I'm not sure yet. Who knows if we all are free by then, by 3 hours or so. You might check out 8874's channel for the stream later he's gonna do. Yeah, is it a Barca game now or I don't know what stream it is, but probably a bot stream. So hopefully I'm gonna be clowning him on VC if we do it, if Barca lose. So see you guys later. Thank you, people. Sui.